on. But if they tried to scare everybody away from this by going after you, they're failing because of Montana, South Carolina, and other states moving to issue their own currencies.
Well, it isn't just states either, Alex. There's a lot of different people within the movement. Rob Gray with AOCS, who has introduced a whole line of currency, which is extremely similar to the Liberty Dollar. There are half a dozen other different people who have introduced currencies that are similar to the Liberty Dollar. So the animal is really quite large. And then if you look at the collector Liberty Dollars on eBay, there's anywhere from 400 to 500 different types of Liberty Dollars on eBay, which go anywhere from a few dollars to $20,000 or so. You know, there's a wide range in terms of Liberty Dollars.
Well, how dare you? How dare you issue collector liberties? Now, where is this going? Give us the time frame. When are you going to jail? Tell us about the trial itself.
I am going to jail. Well, I think I'm going to jail. I don't know. It's really up to the judge. You know, I've never been a criminal before, so I don't know how I'm supposed to behave. But the sentences could range from 0 to 15 years, and I don't know where that's going to be. I'm in what is called a pre-sentencing period right now, and the government's working on a pre-sentencing report for me, which will influence the length of my sentence, and then ultimately it will be up to the judge. So the judge could make it anywhere from 0 to 15 years. I have no idea what it's going to be.
How did the judge behave in the case?
I think the judge did a very honorable job. I don't have any complaints with the judge. His rules and his rulings were straightforward. They weren't always in my favor. They weren't always against me either. I think the judge did an honorable job.
Have you had any pre-sentencing hearings yet? Are the feds asking for stiff jail time for your terrorism?
Well, they can't ask for anything for terrorism because I wasn't convicted for terrorism.
They're just calling you a special type. Yeah, I'm being sarcastic, of course.
Unique. Don't forget, unique. Well, no, they haven't put up anything yet, but all that will be put in the pre-sentencing report. And, of course, that's just in its early stages right now.
Well, tell us about the trial. Tell us about the people involved.
Well, the trial consisted of only 8 days, unfortunately. The government, which was going to last about at least a week, they folded after 2 days. There was only 2 days of the prosecution. That was it. They folded so quickly that we asked the judge for a day to recover and to get things organized because they were going to do for a week and 2 days. I mean, and the judge granted us the motion to give us more time to get our case together. Unfortunately, my attorneys relentlessly whittled away at the defense and packaged it up, much to my disagreement, within only about 4 days. That was it. We started out with 112 witnesses. The judge approved 82 witnesses, which is huge, and we ended up with 8 witnesses.
How could you be convicted of counterfeiting when you never said that this was U.S. government currency? You were talking down that currency, as evidenced by the devaluation now happening of the dollar, and that this was an alternative private currency. I mean, there's so many private currencies it'll make your head spin. I mean, this the Wall Street Journal is saying this has set a very dangerous precedent.
I totally agree with you. And the thing is that the chief counsel for NorFed and the Liberty Dollar testified. He was the first witness to testify. He testified for over a half a day and gave me an ironclad reliant defense, otherwise known as good faith defense, because everything I did was under his guidance and with his permission. So he told me that what I was doing was not illegal. So in spite of that, the came back and found me guilty. How is that possible? I don't know. I'm not guilty. I'm still not guilty, but I have been found guilty by the jury, but not by the popular press. Even AP and Wall Street Journal, everybody's pretty amazed. You look at the feedback on the different articles. If you go to the Yahoo page, and
it's 98% on your side. I've never seen anything like it. I think they're really revealing themselves as tyrants. But what about this jury? I mean, did these people, did they have 10 fingers, 10 toes? I mean, could they talk?
They talked enough to get appointed to the jury, yes. And there were 9 guys and 3 women. And, yeah, Alex, I don't know how it happened. My attorneys were shocked. I'm a little shocked myself. I'm facing 15 years. How could I be convicted of this? I had reliant defense. I never had any criminal intent. They didn't prove any criminal intent.
Well, you've been doing it for what, 12, 13 years?
This is the 13th year. Yes, sir.
Unlucky year. Well, I mean, as Peter Schiff said, as Ron Paul said, this is all setting a very dangerous precedent for everybody. I mean, Wall Street Journal says, well, this has always been legal, but if they can find juries, I mean, what next? Is having a ham sandwich going to be punishable by 15 years? Is having black hair going to be illegal? Is walking your dog going to be illegal? I mean, if they can do this, well, they were scared of you. I mean, I want to talk about why you think they came after you and how we can help you. Bernard von NotHaus is our guest. I'm Alex Jones, Infowars.com.
Dr. David Berry has provided excellent advice for all those interested in practical economics and sound money. It's certainly worth reading.
That's what Congressman Ron Paul said about Cha-Ching Wisdom, 123 Practical Universal Truths About Money, the new book by Dr. David Berry.
The cool part of this book, certainly it'll speak to you personally, your life, your lifestyle, your money, your investments, but it also can be generalized into the nation. What's going on as a nation? We do these same things personally that we do as a nation.
Dr. Berry's book, Cha-Ching Wisdom, presents many facets of your relationship with the once almighty dollar and how current national and international politics affect your daily life.
Some of the other things are about that. They're not just economic, they're philosophical. There's psychology involved in this book. There's philosophy involved in this book.
Read Cha-Ching Wisdom by Dr. David Berry, only $9.95, available at chachingwisdom.com. That's CHACHING wisdom.com. chachingwisdom.com.
Hello, friends. This is Alex Jones. The earthquake, tsunami, and nuclear disaster that killed thousands of Japanese citizens is nothing compared to the devastation that could be caused by hyperinflation that will soon hit the United States and could lead to millions of Americans becoming homeless, all caused by the devalued U.S. dollar. While the mainstream media continues to ignore inflation, our friends at the National Inflation Association provide a free weekly newsletter that educates Americans to the facts and truth about the U.S. economy and inflation. I urge you to sign up at the NIA's free newsletter at www.inflation.us to learn how you can not only survive, but prosper during the upcoming hyperinflation crisis. Silver has more than doubled since the NIA declared silver the best investment for the next decade on inflation.us. The NIA's team of expert economists are happy to answer any economic questions you have about inflation, debt, currencies, real estate, precious metals, and commodities. Visit inflation.us to learn the economic truth that the mainstream media ignores.
The largest part of gaining radiant health is detoxification. You can drink ionized water, cleanse your intestines, eat a perfect diet, and even take lots of quality supplements and in many instances only make minimal progress. What is the key to detoxifying your body of mercury, heavy metals, chemicals, and drugs? It is glutathione. Glutathione is the master antioxidant used to detoxify your entire body. It stops free radicals, keeps cells young, and reduces inflammation. One World Whey protein powder may be able to raise your glutathione production by 64% or more. One World Whey is more effective than any other whey protein powder on the market because it is unheated and from grass-fed cows. All other, quote, cold-processed whey protein powders have been heated and damaged by 15% or more. One World Whey comes in 3 delicious flavors. Call 888-988-3325. That's 888-988-3325. Or visit oneworldwhey.com. That's oneworld.com.
Adding insult to injury, Bernard von NotHaus has also had his website and his First Amendment taken away under court order, so he's, I guess, not allowed to do that and tell people his side of the story. But clearly, even the mainline media is freaked out by this. And if we go back to 1933, when they ordered everybody to turn their gold in, and they sold it to Europe and doubled the price, if we put up with these crooks, there's no end to what they'll do. And they've got an army of hand-picked juries that will put Mother Teresa behind bars. Bernard, your comments. Bernard, your comments.
Alex?
Yes, sir. I know you're having trouble hearing us. So where do we go from here?
Well, I think people should certainly protect their purchasing power by getting gold and silver. And while I was convicted of the Liberty Dollar, people could certainly band together to do something else. You know, the government was very specific in their case, and so they charted an interesting path. I don't know if anybody else is going to go down that path after I get sentenced or not, but certainly with hyperinflation on the horizon, Alex, people have to take action.
Well, you've certainly been proven right, and so has Ron Paul. Expanding on that, bottom line, they came after you to create a chilling effect, to scare people away from alternate currencies.
Well, that's certainly been the effect. There's no doubt about that. But the bottom line, and Ron Paul actually mentioned this on the floor of the Congress, and that was that the government felt threatened. And quite frankly, Alex, I don't have such airs as that, to be honest with you. I find it unbelievable that this government would be threatened by anything or anyone, particularly a kickback surfer dude like myself from Hawaii. But evidently the idea of individual creating his own currency and the enormous popularity that it enjoyed, the government must have felt threatened. They had to do something.
Well, sir, now they're coming out saying they want to restrict free speech. I mean, they are threatened by any form of liberty.
Oh yes, you know, and that was the really damaging thing, or the threatening thing about being a unique terrorist, because in that sort of situation, Alex, they can take the word terrorist and tailor it to anything they want or they need for a particular situation, including yourself, Alex.
Oh, I know. They're using the Patriot Act now against marijuana, family violence. A lot of the media is saying maybe I need to be censored, maybe I'm a terrorist. No, these people are authoritarian despots and are very dangerous. And any idea on when the sentencing is coming back up? Because I'd like to interview you again.
Well, we don't know for sure, but it takes about 2 months to do the pre-sentencing report, and so that would be happening during April and May, so I might be sentenced in June would be a guesstimate on my part.
Did they threaten you to keep your mouth shut or anything?
They, meaning the government?
Yes, our lords.
No, they haven't had any contact with me at all, and that wouldn't be proper for them to do.
Are the feds proud of what they're doing, though? I mean, are they feeling good about this?
They must be. I mean, they got the conviction that they wanted, and they duped the jury into convicting me. If they're not happy, and I'm not happy, damn, there's something wrong with this crazy. Somebody's supposed to come out of every deal being happy, you know?
Well, I guess they're pleased. America is imploding and dying right now, so their job is going quite well for them, but America is waking up. In closing, is there an address, a phone number where people can support you or contact you, Bernard von NotHaus?
Yes. The only way to reach me right now is even the phones are on automatic. The only way to really reach me is through my email address, which is bernard@libertydollar.org. That's really the only way.
Bernard, thank you so much. Ron Paul coming up.
Thank you for listening to GCN. Visit GCNlive.com today.
Hello, friends. This is Alex Jones. You've heard me talk about Cal-Ben 5-star soaps for years. This is an American-made product of the highest quality and compares to nothing you will find in stores. You can buy